do you manage multiple businesses? Like, how do you do this? Now, she has Magic Revive, a company that helps with hair growth and skincare problems, and Diamond Crest, and her influencing, and her hair business. I think we don't know about that. And many other businesses that she does not even come out to front as the CEO, but we know she owns them.
I decided to start with my influencing career first, then transit into my business, because for that business I will need that audience I've gathered. And it's easier to gather audience, via influencing, via skip making or content or more entertaining things than gathering them with normal business, with products,
Or services.
Thank you. So I had to do that first, gather audience, attract them, put them in my corner, put the millions of followers, then bring them into my business world. Like, hey, you have to buy this hair products. Hey, you have to buy this.
So fall in love with me first and then see what I have to give to you.
Thank you.
The Industry Minor, hurting and nurturing industry giants.
Hey there, watching. My name is Aisha Ochoa, a lawyer, business consultant, and executive. I welcome you to yet another episode of the Industry Minor podcast, where we connect you with some of Africa's business executives, finest thinkers, and industry leaders. Now, before we dive into today's episode, I want you to click on the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss out on future interviews, business tips and tricks on how to catapult you to the highest level of your career and business. Now, with me in the studio today, drum roll, I have a very famous influencer, actress, serial entrepreneur, and great humanitarian. Now, she's someone with a heart of gold, someone who has dedicated her time and her finances to help as many people as she can. She uses her money with very little support. I'm talking about business money. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs understand what it means to take out of your profits to help the needy. It is not bean cake, and she does it with this all of her heart. She's a woman with a heart of gold, like I would commonly refer to her as. I tell her, you have a heart of gold. Not many people will agree to do this, and you do it so graciously. She is none other than the industrious, beautiful, funny, and multi-talented Amarachi Amusi, popularly known as Ashmusy, but I call her Ashmoney. Thank you for joining us today in the studio, Ashmoney. Yeah. Let's cut the excesses. Ashmoney. Let's go straight to the money. Money. Businesswoman with the money. How are you doing today?
Fine.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to this amazing, beautiful platform. I cannot wait to answer your questions.
You're welcome. So tell us, how did you transition from becoming a very successful influencer to this great businesswoman that we can see today?
You know me, I'm not just an entrepreneur or real estate broker. I'm also an influencer, also a comedy influencer. I'm going to add the vibes, the fun. Let's make this fun. Running a business can also be exciting.
Yes,
so let's do this.
Speak to us, girl.
Period. So, how I transited, right?
Yeah.
I started with influencing because I knew that we're now inside the social media era where we will need social media. We need that online crowd. And this online crowd is not robots or some sort of numbers. They're real human beings. So I knew I needed to gather the attention, the audience, that would help me grow that business. Therefore, I decided to start with my influencing career first, properly push it first, then transit into my business. Because for that business, I will need that audience I've gathered. And it's easier to gather audience, via influencing, via skip making or content or more entertaining things than gathering them with normal business, with products,
Or services.
Thank you. So I had to do that first, gather audience, attract them, put them in my corner, put the millions of followers, then bring them into my business world. Like, hey, you have to buy this hair products. Hey, you have to buy this.
So fall in love with me first and then see what I have to give to you.
Thank you.
Wow. So what strategies have you used to build your followership and keep them locked?
I don't know if this is a strategy, but I would say consistency is really key, right? Having to show up every day, no matter what, every week, I get to post an exciting content, right? That's number one for me. Then number 2, I make sure my contents are as interesting as possible. They showcase my personality. That's my selling point. That's my uniqueness, right? I don't try to copy somebody else that is being funny by crying or attracting his own audience by whatever he's doing. I use my own self, my own bubbly self, and that way they come to me naturally. So it makes it more natural. You're not forcing it, So even by doing my regular random personal videos, I can attract some followers. Like that, yes, because when it's interesting enough, Instagram algorithm sends it to the outside world to explore and the rest, and that particular video would then blows up. Blows up and brings in followers. So that's another one. Then next thing is the audience. People get tired easily, right? So when you keep doing the same normal thing, same kind of content or same thing over and over again, I mean, they get tired. Just like bored. You would get tired. You get bored even of your own self, not to talk of other people when they're doing the same thing again. So I try to, switch and try new things as time goes on. So like last year ending, I started this house tour content where I get to ask people on the road, do you own or rent a house? It just started last year ending.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Exactly. I also started a cooking show this year.
Yo.
Exactly. So it's not like I was born with a passion for houses.
So girl power.
You know what I'm talking about? So I wasn't born with some passion for loving houses or loving cooking, but I had to do those different types of content.
To keep them on lock.
Exactly, to keep entertaining them. So this way, I'm bringing them into
girl power.
Period.
Do we say woman power here?
Woman
because
power. This
woman has a lot going on for herself, and I'm super proud to say the least. Woman.
Thank you, baby. Thank
woman.
You.
Hey. Empower me, my love. Yeah, empower me.
Just like you already empowered me before. Aisha, oh my God. Inspiration. Motivation. This woman here.
Oh, stop it.
Leave it. Just leave it.
So let me ask you, how do you balance the demands of being a famous influencer, a businesswoman, and a humanitarian? That's some big shoes you're working in.
I'm not going to lie and tell you, it's not, it's easy. It's a lie. It is not easy at all. Like, it's pretty demanding, right? But I work with structure. So I know that my business is already structured. I have my inventory staff that know what to do. I have the customer service department, the sales department. So all I have to do is once in a while get reports from them. That way the businesses are stable. Everything is just going on the way it's supposed to go on, even in my absence. It's what we call structure, right? So now, and then when it comes to this whole philanthropy part, the influencer part, entrepreneur, they are all businesses, but different categories of businesses, right? And they all have them staffs in different departments handling each of them. So all I have to do is show up in front of the camera, which is the one that needs me personally. The rest, the staff to handle it, know what they're to handle, and that's what we call structure. That's how I balance it.
Madam Boss Lady.
Oh,
girl. Wow. I'm sure you're also catching the vibe because this woman here is lighting me up. Yes. Wow. So let's talk about Diamond Crest. This woman, list some businesses for us now. What attracted you to the real estate space again?
My sister, first of all, money making.
Hey.
Second of all, money making.
Hey.
Third of all, money making.
Gather the money here and there. Gather the money from everywhere. Come on.
I mean, first of all, you can't even be in Nigeria without having multiple sources of income. Like, do you want to go bankrupt? How do you want to do it? With this fuel price increasing, so that was like my first inspiration. I'm not gonna lie and tell you, I was in love with houses. First of all, I need to make more money, and secondly, I know that real estate is like, if not the best, right? Real estate is definitely like one of the best industries. To venture into one of the best investments to do. It's literally the best because we're talking about earth, like earth itself, the earth that God gave us. Even though God gave it to us,
you have to pay for some parts of
money to stay collect this from God. It's crazy. So it's one of the best. It's an industry where you cannot. It's inevitable if you are wise. Because even if you make money, somehow you still need to buy one land or one house when you've made money from other businesses. So everybody somehow still puts their hand in, and it's I just had to be part of it. Plus, sometimes, right, when you start a business, you don't need to have passion for it from birth to start it. As time goes on and
learn the ropes,
you learn it, and then you now develop passion for it. All of a sudden, you love that business. So right now, the kind of enthusiasm I have for houses, that was all even about the house content as well. They align, they work hand in hand. Now I'm very enthusiastic, very excited about seeing houses, new houses, styles, new houses, plans, and it makes me happy generally. So everything together, I'm like, I have to kill it in this real estate industry.
And you're killing it.
I just got started. Hey, stop it.
Have you seen her contents? If you have not seen her contents, then you should rush to Diamond Crest page. This woman here, the last video I saw, she made the house disappear into a bag. I was like, stop it. What's going on here? Like, where are you taking this content into? And you're applying it to business. Girl, that's some fire move.
Sorry, excuse me. Quick question for you guys. How many real estate industries or firms or brands or pages do you see making houses disappear? Do you see applying so much SFX, special effects, to their house content?
None.
Stop it.
Hey, Diamond Crest is giving us the vibe we need.
Diamond Crest Homes is doing the job. It's killing it. It's showing you guys how to do it. And that's on period.
That's on period. I've got nothing else to say because she has killed every single point I have in my head. Girl. So what are some of the real estate trends you see happening right now that are really exciting you? And where do you see the industry headed?
Okay, I'm going to focus on Nigeria because I'm currently in real estate Nigeria, while I'm...
And I see you expanding because, girl...
Yes, I'm expanding to other countries, for real. Yes. So, first of all, in Nigeria, charity begins at home.
Yes, girl.
I'm really proud of our real estate development in Nigeria, the industry development, because seeing houses with the kind of designs developers have going on these days is amazing. Like, it's good. You would see a house and you'll be asking yourself, excuse me, is this Hollywood? Is this in Dubai? You see the pool is entering this way and the lightings are like, they're beautiful houses currently.
Where they haven't applying technology.
You go into every house and you're here and you're seeing, Alexa, turn on the lights, Alexa, do this. In houses that are not being sold yet. The new designs, the tech, everything is going great. Like, we're going far. I see Nigeria real estate leading as one of the toppest in Africa. Because the designs, the technology, and also I like the way developers are now considering or putting in the current ecosystem into what they're doing. So like the weather is now being calculated to reduce carbon footprints, So they're putting the ACs in the roof, speakers in the roof. 3, 4, 5 years ago, it wasn't like that. But selling houses now, you're proud to sell a house. You have a lot of features to talk about, everything well ensued. Selling houses back then, there was not even POP, all those things already, but now they are. And the development is just so good. We're going
Evolving
really far. Evolving greatly, honestly.
Amazing. Now let's get the Madam CEO aspect of you. How do you manage multiple businesses? Like, how do you do this? Now she has Magic Revive, a company that helps with hair growth and skincare problems, and Diamond Crest, and her influencing, and her hair business. I think we don't know about that. And many other businesses that she does not even come out to front as the CEO, but we know she owns them. So how do you manage all of these businesses?
Oh my God. So, Aisha, let me laugh. You're funny, please.
Girl.
Okay, for real though, this is a real valid question because sometimes I get to ask myself. In fact, I ask myself, why am I doing all of this? What's happening? But then I remember that, oh yes, I have to have multiple income sources. And I also want to be a great person, a great namer. You can't do that by doing the regular comfort things, So, like I said before, the way I manage all these things together is structure. There is nothing like structure. And structure is when you don't have to call your employee, call your manager and ask, why didn't the social media person post today? I'm seeing just 3 posts. You don't have to call your customer service to say, a customer texted me now that the person is angry. You don't have to call them on Sunday to say, I know today is Sunday, the off day, but try and reply DM. So with structure, everyone already knows their place, knows their shifts, knows where to be, knows what to do. Your finances also has to be structured. Because many people run businesses and then they don't even know where the money is going into. The money is coming in and it's just disappearing. It's coming and they are just as stable that, okay, there's something going on. You're going round the cycle without having something to hold on to it, right? So I make sure I just don't structure my staff or the work itself. I also put my finances into proper structuring. I know that 40% of whatever comes in the month goes straight to my investment outside business, whether property, whether my movie production or whatever, and 20% is for paying bills because bills choke, or more than 20% sometimes. Bills can take 100% sometimes actually.
But you have to structure.
You have to structure it. So no matter how the bills come, close your eye and take out 40%. Like I'm not going to touch it. That 20, the bills can swallow it all.
Anywhere it ends.
Thank you. And then the remaining 40 goes back into the business because we need to run ads and do that for the remaining ones. And ads, publicity is a very important feature, important part that you cannot avoid no matter how you try. Because even the biggest brands, iPhone, Coca-Cola, and the rest of them are still running ads. So how about you? So, all these things together, I just make sure I put it in check. But first of all, God gives me the strength. Oh, pardon me. I should give all the glory to God first of all, because I can't do it myself. It's crazy sometimes.
The grace,
the strength, the wisdom is all from God, and I'm still growing and trying and learning.
But you're doing amazing in your journey.
Thank you.
Now, with all this experience you have gathered, right? What are some of the advice you can give to the audience about running multiple businesses? Because you mentioned that in Nigeria, you must have multiple sources of income, right? So I'm sure a lot of people listening to you now are thinking, maybe I'll start selling matches. What if I start selling candles? So what advice would you give to them about running multiple businesses at the same time?
Okay, so 3 things. First of all, you cannot run everything. You cannot start everything rather at the same time. Exactly. So you have to grow vertically. Do it vertically instead of horizontally. Yeah. You start with one, and then you're growing that one. That one gets to a point where you've gathered audience for it. You know what you're doing. You're standing strong. It's already structured. You don't need to be there anymore. They can run it without you for months. Then you bring in the other one. So you use the audience, the grace from that other one to now grow this next one. So you're growing this way. So that by the time you get to like step 3 or business 3, you don't need to worry about business 1 anymore. You're now worrying about business 3. You're investing your time and energy in business 3. You know, so 2 and 1 already is good.
Running themselves.
Do you get? So that way you're not overwhelmed. You're not too. So sometimes Magic Revive, I barely show up there. I just show up when I need to do videos for promo. Hey guys, we're doing our promo, just more ginger, small hustle energy. After that, I keep my phone. I don't need to do anything else. Like the staff knows when to post, they know when to send out. I'm not even aware of what orders we have going on. That's how structured it is, right? So when you have the structure properly made from that step 1, I mean, just keeps going well. And of course, you need to also make sure you have in check the demand that the people around you, the demand that the kind of customer base you have or you would have, your target markets. Check online what people need right now. What people need.
That's solve a problem.
Area. Yes, you have to solve a problem, definitely. You cannot just start business and start selling anything anyhow. Check what is already saturated in the market. Check what we don't have. Check what people need and it's very scarce. Check a problem that we needed to solve. So I thought about it, thinking about people always easily want to solve skin problems. Everyone has skin problems. It's very rampant, right? But a lot of people have their hairline from like edges, from like late 20s, 30s. They see their hairline going backward, no edges, or frontal glue has cut your hair. It's a thing that we didn't even really know that we had, but it's a big thing. It's a big problem. Everyone complained about, including me. And I'm like, there has to be a solution to this front hair issue, this front hair cutting or going backward, you know? And that was why I had to bring up that solution, because generally it's a thing that we don't even know that we have.
Girl,
So, yes.
with all of this going on, you're still a successful actress. You just released your movie. Are you some superwoman or something? Tell us about this new movie you just launched, girl.
So, my latest movie, Stolen Kisses, is currently out on YouTube, Ashmusy TV. And I'm just getting started in this movie industry and on the entire YouTube. By the time I'm done, you'll be addicted. You will not know how to leave my channel after
We are
watching
glued
the movie.
already.
You know what I'm saying? It's a super interesting, intriguing, and exciting movie. And of course, acting is my first calling, my passion, my number one. How I got into influencing was I wanted to be an actor, but due to, 1 or 2 difficulties as an upcomer, I had to use an easier method for me. Not easier basically, but let's say less time consuming.
If you don't get a seat at the table, create your own table.
Create your own table. And then when you're now big on your table, they would call you to come down. They will be looking
You
for
determine who joins your table.
Thank you. That's it really.
Ash
That's on
money.
period.
Ash money. I'm curious. I want to know more about your foundation and this your passion for supporting young women, because this drive is really strong. I understand that recently you held an event in Lagos, Nigeria, and you empowered, I think, 10 women with 500,000 naira each, and started up businesses for a number of other women.
Yes. Thank you, first of all, for sounding so encouraging and delicious.
Wow.
So I'm going to go ahead. So I just currently held the Boss Up Empowerment Program by Ashmusy Foundation. So this was held because I'm going to be very personal about this, right? Because as a young girl, I can... As an old girl now, I'm not old, but yeah.
Woman is the money, oh. You're a young girl. You're a young girl with lots of money and lots of achievements.
Period. So I can relate even up until now to those younger girls. And when I was also younger than this, I could relate so much to these young girls that are struggling, striving, trying so hard to make ends meet, to provide for their siblings. Sometimes girls are left to do it, especially firstborn daughters, and I was in that very position where I started with my hair business, Ashmusy Hair. And it was a struggle. I remember 2017 asking, I've always had really fine, rich toasters, men, around me.
Of course, now look at you.
So I had a lot of men on my case. And I wanted to start this business 2017. I was like, please help me. Let me start this hair business. I'll be buying hair. I want to do drop shipping. I'll buy like 10 hairs. When customer, I'll wear the hairs as sample, do videos with them and everything. When a customer comes, I would tell the supplier in the markets to deliver to the customer, but I'll use the one I bought as the samples of me wearing for the videos and everything. If you see the struggle, if you see what I went through, I begged at least 60-something people besides toasters.
60-something toasters.
No, be toasters only. Those that are working in my NYC company, I was just looking for this capital everywhere, and everybody all of a sudden, even those that I knew that had the money in their hand, were telling me no. You have to sleep with me first.
That's that trend.
I like you. You never come my house. I've been calling you. You've not come. Now you won't call it. I beg. I don't get. It was back to back. Even the person I was dating at that time said, "Oh, I have to write a proposal, and he has to sign it. He has to check." I was like, okay, wow. So I had to go on like that without a kobo, without a dime. I had to start my dropshipping from Balogun Market. I would run around. I was on bike because I was living in Bagada where I grew up. So I was on bike back to back from Bagada to Balogun, from Balogun to Iyanukwaja to Ikotu to go and deliver. I was still learning. It was my beginning times. I didn't even know that, okay, you could do a delivery guy. You send delivery guy. Until after like few weeks, I got my own delivery guy from Lee Express Delivery. I can't even forget. The story is like so new in my head. So with that struggle of having no single kobo, sometimes I will even owe the bike man after I go to the market, collect the hair from the supplier, go give the customer. The profit then I would add on the hair. I was a small girl, I didn't know anything. I would add like 2K, 3K profits that would not even be enough for the bike guy. So I wasn't running at losses in the beginning. I was just trying to be doing something, So from there, from the beginning times, I started growing, learning more, now having delivery guys, growing my followers. I figured out, you could actually wear your hair and dance. I already have a bubbly spirit, a very exciting personality. I figured out I could wear my hair and just dance and, shake myself and everything. And then people want to buy the hair. That's how the audience started growing for Ashmusy Hair. It started growing. I started having customers, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K followers, up to like 80K followers. That was where it was when I put it on hold. The Ashmusy Hair. I put it on hold because the business grew beyond my expectation. I had way more customers. Like my customer base
that
I could handle. So it blew up way and became bigger than the structure I had in place. I had just me and two small girls, one replying messages, one sending out orders, me doing video and dancing. That was how little we were. And now, glory to God, I have over 100 staff.
Girl.
Period.
Boss.
I
was gonna speak French now, but hey.
So I'm almost drifting from the question. I'm sorry about that.
Where with you?
I had to like relate this story because many people don't know my story. They just feel like I just started shouting on Instagram one day, and that's like really wrong. There was really a tough struggle in the beginning. So being able to relate to this struggle, right? I figure that there's definitely a lot of girls out there that didn't even have the kind of sufficient grace I even had to start and to now even blow up early, like from when I started. So many of them will probably be struggling for years and have no way. Then now resort to maybe being, sleeping around or doing things that they're not supposed to do. So I'm like, okay, let me do this. Let me see how I can hook up some girls and let them know that you can actually make your money by yourself without having to do these bad things. With that inspiration, without passion, with those things, that struggle I could relate to, I had to do it. And of course, many people have the grace, they have the work, they're ready to work hard, they're ready to push.
But no support.
But they just need one little push, and that's the push I decided to add to spice up these hustles for these young ladies. And I really hope to keep doing more and more. The plan is to someday empower as much as 100,000, 1 million, 10 million girls all over the world and be known for that woman that helps young ladies to start up businesses, to make money, grow, and be successful by themselves.
And you will.
Amen.
Now, this is a push to, as many people who also have a heart of gold and want to help as many people as they can. The Ashmusy Foundation is doing amazing. It's shocking to see a young woman single-handedly give out millions of her money to strangers. It's heavy, it's big. Now, if you want to support, if you're looking for an avenue to, extend your helping hand to people who need them. If God has really blessed you, blessed your business, and you feel, this money means nothing to you, and you're looking for a foundation, a reputable foundation that is actually doing something. Not a lot of foundations out there that just get money from people and used to fund the lavish lifestyle. This is somebody that is into the real estate field. She makes her own money. I can tell you that she makes money from real estate. She makes money from her hair business. She makes money from her, her other companies. Magic Revives is a multi-million naira company. Now, she doesn't need to use other people's money to fund her lifestyle because she can't afford the lifestyle by herself. So if you're looking for a reputable foundation that actually wants to do the work, to invest in and help as many people, then I totally recommend the Ashmusy Foundation. Now, moving on, no, come on, I had to do that. How do you measure the impact of your foundation and what success story stands out for you?
My foundation it's been helpful to a lot of young ladies. I have the testimonials all around the social media, and it's something I'm really proud of to see a young lady come out and say, I wanted to start this food business. I didn't know how to go about it. There's no gas cooker. What do? I stopped. This one. And then all of a sudden she has that capital, at least little enough to start something. And then she has the gas cooker. She has the whatever it takes. Now the social media audience, it's a good thing to see that, okay, she now has this thing and she actually has that energy and wants to push, and she's now pushing. There's this fulfillment it brings. It brings this fulfillment, you're fulfilled, you feel satisfied. You feel like, okay, yes, you've achieved something today. Achievement is not only car and house. You have to invest in people. You have to, that's the
people currency
achievement. Do you understand? Exactly. So that first of all is like a very big deal for me. I appreciate God for that and everyone that has been supportive, including you, my baby. So second is, as for the success story, there are quite a lot of success stories, including the lady I just mentioned now. This one is actually a success story. She was a chef. She wanted to start business. Even the fashion designer. Okay, I'll come to that one. The chef girl didn't have a way, and then she's now really good. She was even stuck making only eba and egusi in her beginning times, until after the training, because the empowerment program was actually went this way. First of all, they got trained by top brands in their chosen career fields. So the person that chose food making or food business got trained by Slush Cafe, a reputable food brand. They have a store in Lekki Phase 1. It's very easy. So they actually trained her, taught her all the intercontinental dishes, and she now makes all those Italian pasta, all those from making eba. So basically, her customer base has increased. She has grown both in knowledge, wisdom, and finances, everything. That's inspiring for me. Now, talking about a lot of success stories. I'll point out one other woman, a plantain seller. Did I even post her? Okay, because sometimes I don't even post all of this.
Can imagine.
It's real all the time. So we take out some for content, and then. So this one was a plantain seller, a hawker. When I found her on the streets, there were two of them. So I was calling the other person, and she kept saying, "Madam, buy from me." She insisted.
I think you posted that,
right?
Yes.
Okay, I think so. Yes. She insisted. Finally, I met up with her, and we discussed and everything. I bought all her plantain, gave her whatever money to just, Then later I went back to her. She was shocked to see me. I was like, okay, so what kind of business would you want to do? And do you want to do another thing besides hawking? And she went, yes, I'll go do another thing. I studied some for school. I get BSc. I was shocked.
Wow.
I was shocked. I was like, madam, you study waiting. You do waiting, madam. You sure?
And you did hawk plantain.
You did hawk plantain. She say, I know, okay, but I don't know what I go do. My husband no day in this one. I say, wow, this is our country. I'm sorry, but this is our country. It has left so many people helpless. So many Agbos or hawkers you see, they are actually graduates too.
Yeah.
Very well learned. They speak good English if you actually go into them and speak to them well. So this woman's story was inspiring for me because after I spoke to her, I figured that this woman can actually be better and bigger than this. So I opened the store for her, a provision store. Where I also put in the plantain that she likes to sell. And going to visit her recently, everything was just, she looked better. She felt better. You would see that this woman is
life has changed.
Life has changed. Better became where everyone just punish, So these stories, these things inspire me to even want to do more and help alleviate this poverty more and more because girls are suffering for nothing.
Wow. Ash money for a reason. Now, she not only sets up businesses for people, but she also rents houses, furnishes houses, does a lot of good. With all of this good you're doing, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Not just as a business leader, but a great humanitarian. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
The legacy I wish to leave behind is, like I said, I want to be that woman that will be known for helping millions of girls start up businesses, start up their careers, start up their lives, helping them or giving them a little push, to move forward in their, pushing them a little bit forward in their success stories, helping them out of whatever struggle they may be going through. I want to be that woman that is known for inspiring a lot of young ladies. And I'm not a feminist, but I just have the passion,
You have the
for
heart.
the passion, yes, for helping women particularly, being that is the gender that is, pardon me to use the word, but easily abused, easily oppressed, easily misunderstood. When you see a young girl that is doing well, she's all of a sudden she's sleeping around. I mean, this nonsense has to stop, please. So I want the world to see that women can actually be successful by themselves, make money through businesses, run empires, run firms. This whole top entrepreneurship thingy for female actually started not very. It's quite recent. No, there are always women that have been running businesses, even my mothers, and but I mean the way it is now, it has really increased.
It's more common.
It's more common now. You see a lot of women running business. I wish to make it very much more wider. I want to see young girls succeed and let my name be involved, be attached to that success.
Amazing.
That's the legacy, yes.
Amazing. Now, to wrap up this session, I want you to speak to the young ladies out there. What advice do you have for them? For the ones that are probably not doing anything now, don't know what to do, because there are a lot of young ladies who are confused and just roaming on the streets, following different men, thinking they can only make money by getting into a relationship. And, also the ones who have started something but feel discouraged and want to drop that hustle. What advice do you have for them?
Okay, so I'm going to say this. As a young girl, you would easily be deceived. But remember that all that glitters is not gold, You easily get deceived. You see some men coming your way flaunting. Of course, nobody's saying you should not date or marry. That's one of the goals, right? But then you need to focus, baby girl. You need to focus. You need to set your goal and work towards your goal. There's going to be distraction. There's going to be confusion. There'll be times where you want to give up, where you're like, I'm done. I'm stressed out. I can't do this anymore. That's a distraction, You need to focus, keep watching your goal. Like, this is your goal here. You have this distraction, you have this man breaking your heart, you have no money, this one. But focus and keep going. You're going to reach your goal. With consistency, determination, hard work pays. Yes, hard work actually pays, like a lot. Consistency, determination, hard work, and focus. You're going to get to your goal and be absolutely anything you want to be. Absolutely anything. You can be as rich as you want to be. You can own you can own any amount of houses or any amount of cars you want to own by yourself without having to do anything nasty or silly for it, actually. So this, I want to tell you, young ladies, you can do it. Wherever it is, you're thinking of, you want to start this one, you want to start here, your boyfriend is not allowing you, get up and start. Once you start, you go from there. Procrastination, it kills a lot. So once you start with consistency and all I've mentioned, you go from there. Focus and get your goal, baby girl. I trust you. You can do this.
Thank you so much, Ashmusy. Amarachi Amusi, the legendary Amarachi Amusi. Wow. I can't wait to see you on the cover of Forbes.
Yes.
And many more reputable.
Yes. Thank
organizations.
You. Thank you.
I can see you sitting at tables that the world is not ready for yet.
Amen.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Don't stop. I can tell you one thing for free. You're inspiring millions of young ladies out there. Young ladies who have given up on themselves. They look at you and they draw strength from all you do. I've had conversations with a lot of them, and I know exactly what I'm saying to you right now. Don't ever stop for any reason. You're a source of strength to so many people. Thank you for joining us today on the Industry Minor podcast. Thank you for gracing our audience with your time, your wisdom, and your good heart.
Yeah.
We do not take it for granted. Now, over to you. I'm sure you've learned a whole lot today, and I'm sure you heard everything she said. Everything she said here today, I guarantee you, verbal gold. Listen to them over and over again, and make sure you jot down as many lessons from her journey, because her story is a very powerful one, and I'm sure you agree that everything she's doing are things worthy of emulation. Now, if you have not subscribed to our platform, make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notification so you do not miss out on powerful interviews like this. Till I see you again next time, I still remain Aisha Ochoa, your host.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to be the first ever guest to break this ending. And you have to add this part. Editor. Thank you. Aisha she's correct. Everything she has said is correct, but I don't think she knows. Oh, my bad. She knows. She should know how powerful she is. I don't want to tear up. But Aisha Ochoa is a big inspiration, a huge motivation. I mean, she inspires me. And I'm not saying this for the camera. Trust me, she inspires me. I mean, I would scroll through my Instagram and see this woman looking very elegant, I'm like, God, how is she so powerful? Maybe she's in her middle 30s or she's in her 40s. She's so grown. And baby girl is my younger sister, very sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's that inspiring, that motivating. At a young age, Aisha built the biggest jewelry company brand we have in Nigeria. The first time I went to her store in Lekki some years ago, it was
This was in 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
And it was already huge. Like, I'm talking about almost 5 years ago. My brother helped me how? My brother helped me. What is happening? I think God, what am I? She has inspired me and motivated me in so many ways. So whatever she says is liquid gold, is raw gold, verbal gold. You need to listen and adhere to it. This woman right here is a motivation. She's a really huge source of God's strength and grace as well.
Thank
and I'm so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I feel so honored to be attached to you, to be your friend, to be on this seat. Ugh. I'm proud of you, girl.
You deserve it. That's why you're here. I promise you. And based on everything she has said, if I recommend a personality to you as an inspiration, then you better trust that, because I would not bet my reputation on anyone who is not deserving of it. And now if I tell you that Amarachi Amusi is a force to be reckoned with, then you better believe that. Thank you.
I saw that there's a gap, between financial education and actually financial freedom. So you see a lot of people, work for 30 years and yet retire into poverty. And the reason is because they lack financial education. 80% of people who claim that they are a business are actually self-employed. Because if your business doesn't have 500 employees, you are not a business yet. You are still a self-employed.